Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Friday the 13th of February. I am Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you were all very well. Alright, apologies if you've been staying up late watching this. If you're watching it already on Friday, you're fine. But if you're watching it Thursday night, apologies. It has taken me a lot longer to get it together. The good news is we are back in business, folks. Friday is much more of a Flat Cap Callum kind of a day. So we've got lots of interest. We've got 5 bets coming to you. Stake and a half is where we're at. So we are much more interested and excited than we've been the last few days. Not since last Saturday did we start getting mildly excited. Saturday was good, and then Sunday not great, and this week Monday, Tuesday no video. Wednesday, Thursday's not gone good. So we'll do the review in a sec, but that won't take very long at all. First race for Friday, 1 o'clock Huntingdon, and what have we got? We've got 4 slight variations of Lucky 15. I think there's 1 split and 3 regular, I think, and we've got 1 little combination bet, so just 1 small combination bet for Friday. Most Lucky 15s, but we have got a few singles going on some of the bigger prices the way that I've done the bets. Alright, so what happened on Thursday? Not a great deal. We had 3 horses, they were all rubbish. That's the day. So £5 on, 0 back. So we are £14.60 down for the week, and we're more than a day stake down for the year. So we need a bit of some magic on Friday the 13th. Who knows? Some people are suspicious. Suspicious. Some people are suspicious. That's true. But I meant to say some people are superstitious, that's what I should say. I did spend a lot of my life living at number 13. I don't live at number 13 now, but a lot of my life was lived at houses number 13, and feel like my life was alright whilst I was living there. So we will see what Friday the 13th brings. Okay, let's go through today's bets for Friday, I should say, and then I will have a word on the golf at the end, because we have got golf bets on for some of you. So, where are we starting? And I would flag as well for Friday. Bookmaker advice, bit different depending on the bet, so watch out for that. Okay, so starting off here with our National Hunt Lucky 15. So all on the jumps, 2 Huntingdon, 2 Sedgefield. Some of these I've got in today's bets are not the most obvious races, it would be fair to say. 1 o'clock Huntingdon is an obvious race because it's a nice decent field with some nice prices. The one I found at a price glanced at me 25 to 1. I think if you go back to its run at Huntingdon, if it runs to that standard, that is a lot more competitive than a 25 to 1 shot. Didn't like the soft ground before, but that run, I can't believe that was a flash in the pan. That beat some decent horses. The horse that beat it went on to win next time out. It beat some other decent horses that done run well since. So I think that's a little bit overlooked purely because of last time out it wasn't so good. There we go, 1:30 Huntingdon, Police Academy. We're taking on the shorty there with that one. So whether it can beat the favourite, not convinced. But these things happen. But really in there, because I'm much more looking at that as a place horse. But these things do happen. Then 2:20 Sedgefield. This one has come in a little bit since I originally picked it. I'm just on the cusp, 5 to 1. I mean, it's not the best. Most bookies are free. Sky R4 on that race. It's not the best bet you'll see from me. I wouldn't suggest backing that single, but 5 to 1's okay, I think, in the context of the Lucky 15. And then we're finishing off a not obvious race here, 350 Sedgefield, 7 runners, unfortunately, and it's a bumper. Don't often do bumpers. That being said, if you recall, I think the last bumper horse I had was New Year's Eve, the last horse of the year, and it did go in nicely at 33 to 1. Don't do many bumper horses, but I've got one here. It's not quite the rank outsider, and it's 7 runners, so it's not preferable terms, but I do like it at 16 to 1. And bear in mind, if you are getting paid 2 places on these things, you get 1/4 of the odds. And I know for some people, a 1/4 doesn't sound much different to a 1/5. It doesn't from a singles point of view. When you start factoring that into a bet where if you get multiple place horses, if you get 3 or even 4 place horses, that 1/4 counts a lot compared to a 1/5. So that is the bet. 20p each way, lucky 15. We're going with a 50p each way single on Glance at Me, the bigger price horse of the bet. Coral, Betfred and Sky have all got the same place terms. So depending on when you place the bet, if you can get a bog on Betfred or Coral, then that is preferable over Sky. For Sky, you have got standard terms anyway on leg 2 and leg 4. So if you've not got a restricted account, you'd get bog on those anyway. So it's only not going to get bog on those and legs 1 and 3. If you've got the option for Betfred and Coral, then you would get bog depending on how you do your bets. So Coral, I'd say you could put it on the night before, but they won't let you do the lucky 15. Betfred, it's about certain times. Okay, I'm going to move on. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll be here all night otherwise, won't I? Okay, bet 2. This is 2 Lingfield, 2 Meydan. 310 Lingfield. Taking this before Tralee Hills, 16 to 1. Then the most interesting horse I've got for Friday is the 340 Lingfield. Again, not an obvious race. Miss Elsa, I think it's 6 runners. Maybe that's a 7 runner too, actually. I think it might be 7 runners. 66 to 1. That horse. So why would you not back that horse? Why is that horse 66 to 1? Because it's about £5 out the handicap, and it hasn't won a race in a million years. That's why you wouldn't back the horse. That's why it's 66 to 1. Why do I like the horse? I like the horse because it consistently runs to the same sort of standard on that distance at Lingfield. So if it runs to standard, even though it's out of the weights, it has got chances of being not far away. And at 66 to 1, I can't walk past it. Clearly, if it was not out the weights, it's going to not be that price. But there's enough you can question mark over some of the other horses. I think it's worth a go. Now, the really important thing for those of you who shop around, on this 340 Lingfield, Sky are standard terms, 2 places, quarter of the odds at that price. You can, at the time of me doing this video, go to Hills and Coral and get the same price for 3 places. So Hills and Coral and 365 are all 3 places on that race, but 365 don't have the same price. Hills and Coral, particularly if you like a single, go there for the single because you get 3 places. I would sod the bog. I would, if you can get it on before bog kicks in, then I would do it. Just to not lose that price. 66 is a good one. It's one of those ones, the trainers' horses often go off massive prices, but they do pop up. So hopefully that's explained. Then we go Meydan 345. Again, not the most obvious race in terms of it's no extra places, but if you look at the betting structure of that race, that is definitely a race for value for a place. So no extra places, but Nizaka at 20s is a good one there. And then 5:30 Meydan, big field handicaps, best race to have a look at for Meydan. I've only got the 2 horses, and I have, coincidentally, but I have got both of Safi Osborne's horses at Meydan. She's only got 2 rides on Friday at Meydan, and I'm on both. I think Uzo should be much shorter than 9s. I know 9s doesn't look like a big price, but I think it should be shorter. So that is in there. So 20p each way, lucky 15, 50p each way single on Miss Elsa. I'm advising Hills, Coral or 365, so you can get 3rd place there. Sky would give you 6 there and 4 there. Hills, Coral and 365 would only give you 3 there and 5 there. But I'm saying the 3rd place on that race is potentially much more valuable than the 4th place there or the 6th place there. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not saying Sky's bad, but I'm saying if you've got the option, Hills, Coral and 365 where you should be going. So that's that. Bet 2. Alright, bet 3. This is nice, much more straightforward. Alright, here we go. 3 Newcastle, 1 Dundalk, 345 Newcastle, classy dame 18s. I think that race, if you're a single backer, I think Coral and someone else are 4 places, but most bookies are 3, including Sky. 355 Dundalk, Guild 18 to 1, 545 Newcastle, Epius 16 to 1, finishing off 645 Newcastle, Rockley Point 9, straightforward 20p each way, lucky 15, £6 your bet, Sky best, Coral second best for that one, for that 345 race. Okay, now we're cooking on gas a little bit. Dundalk special, it's a split leg Dundalk special for this week. We're going 3.55. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that name. I don't know if it's Anachuri. We'll go with Anachuri, 25 to 1. 5.30, I'm splitting the leg. 10th Amendment 11s and Mephisto at 18s. Then we're going 7 o'clock, Well Suited, 17 to 2. 7.30, Lauren's Company, 22 to 1. So there's some familiar names in that bet. I think that's the top one's the only one that I don't think I've backed before on the channel in 2022. So some familiar ones. 2 times 10p each way lucky 15s. So that is a lucky 15 with 10th Amendment and the other 3. And that's a lucky 15 with Mephisto and the other 3. 2 50p each way singles. So basically the 4 biggest prices we've got for Friday, the way I've done the bets, are all covered with a single. So Lauren's Company and Anachuri, both 50p each way singles. So it's £8 in total for bet 4. Sky Best, because 2 of those races at Dundalk, you're getting 5 places. 365 Paddy next best. Most bookies are paying 4 across all of them, but Sky have got 5 places on 2 of them. That's bet 4. And finishing off, combination double with the 2 races I've given you 2 horses in for Dundalk. So nice and simple for those regulars. 3.55 Dundalk, Anachuri and Guild going on to 5.30 Dundalk, Mephisto 10th Amendment. Sky Best, because they're going to give you 5 places on that one. Then 365 Paddy Coral will all give you bog, and 4 on both. 4 times 25p each way doubles. £2 is your bet. Alright, that is Friday's stake and a half plan. Saturday's at the moment shaping up to look not bad, so let's just hope the field sizes hold for Saturday. And we might go back to back having a nice little couple of decent days. We'll see, but we really could do with it kicking off a little bit on Friday. So we've got some variety. We'll see what happens. Word on the golf, started reasonably well, I would say. We've still not quite finished round 1, but Brendon, I never get it right. Brendon Steele in the clubhouse, 4 under, currently means he's tied for 4th. So a great start from one of our singles there. Out on course, I'm just checking. We've got, oh no, Russell Knox has also finished. He's 1 under, so he's 3 shots behind. So not bad. He's better than the halfway. And we've got Patton Kaziri out on course, only played 6 holes, also 1 under. So a bit of a way to go for him. So singles at the moment, at the time of making this video, 2 in the clubhouse, one to go, and that's looking all right. As far as a Trixie bet, not the best at the moment. Connors is 1 under, but he's only played 2 holes. Simpson's 1 under, and he's in the clubhouse. And Peter Malnati is 6 holes played and is level par at the time of making the video. So none of them are in the top 20, which is what that other little side bet is. But there's a lot of golf to play. Alright, that is me. I will finish it there. I shall be back on Saturday mornings. Remember, no video Friday. This is Friday's video, whether you're watching it Thursday night or on Friday. I'll be back Saturday, as usual, 2 vids. 1 on here and 1 on freebets.com's YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to their channel, if you want to get the notification, you can do. It's entirely up to you. But that video normally goes out early, and that video is the one that I concentrate on the ITV racing. So if you are just a fan of watching the racing on ITV, that's the vid for you. What it does do is it allows me to go into a lot more detail into why I pick the horses, because I'm only picking smaller amounts of horses. So then when I do the video on my regular channel on here, I'll go into less detail on those same horses if I've picked the same ones. Obviously last week it went very, very well on freebets.com. Just because it went last week and it was on the TV doesn't mean it's going to go as well this weekend. Just to put that caveat in there, it's not suddenly like the TV races are gold, because as regular viewers will know, Saturdays have not always been the easiest. It took a long time to turn a profit on Saturdays on this channel. We have, as a lot of people remember, we have had a lot of big price winners in the last 12 months as we've gone along, of some decent handicaps. So I have picked out quite a few as we've gone, and obviously in recent time there's been a couple of nice ones that have drifted to 50 to 1. There ain't no guarantees that happens, and technically we're well ahead on those sorts of bets, so we're not due anything on getting a nice big price single. But what would be lovely is if we can hit ourselves something at Friday, whether that be at Dundalk or the Jumps or Newcastle or Lingfield, Meydan, whatever it is. Alright, thank you very much. Enjoy your Friday. See you Saturday. Bye bye.